you download it and it has like all the mods needed to play it, and it's not like a launcher, which actually disappointed me because I don't want to install mods right now.
I don't. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. What, yesterday? That it's like you have to do it sort of the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, you have to get a hold of 1.6.4, then you have to install Forge.
Yeah.
And then put all the things in there.
No, I don't know about that.
Let's see what the server downloads like, because I'm gonna have to put this on my server.
Oh, you're gonna try Life in the Woods?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna like see what the server zip is like, because if it's the same thing, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. Server, because getting a hold of an old server jar is really hard these days.
You mean just... Can you still get a hold of 1.5.2? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to like go back in to try and figure out like how to do it. There was a utility back in the day, but I don't know, man. I've been out of the Minecraft modding scene for I don't know how long.
I might actually still have a 1.5.2, but that's unaltered. But I don't know. I have a bunch of stuff in files. I don't know.
Yeah, it requires 1.6.4. I don't know, man.
I'm trying to.
Because if you get the Minecraft launcher, then you can download the. You can get the old versions of Minecraft, but.
I don't know. I guess.
Do you know Minecraft has an installer these days?
Yeah. Well, the new version it does, but if you ask me, it's not. It's not that it's easier. It's just different.
Yeah, like, man. I'm just gonna stick with the old. Like, what's the deal? 1.8 looks, or 1.9 looks like it's gonna be really weird.
Well, I don't. What's the newest one right now? I thought it was 1.7.10. Oh.
No, newest is 1.8.8.
Oh, okay. Alright, I think I got my pipe working.
I played 1.8 for a little while.
Well, what's the big difference in that one? Anything like major?
Can't remember the.
I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to configure these mechanism machines, but I think, let me test it. I think I figured it out. You're supposed to hit like Shift M or Control M. I think with the. No, that doesn't work. Oh, that definitely.
1.8.
That closed my window. Oh, it crashed my game. I just crashed it, man.
Alright, good. There's a Wikipedia page on it. Oh, yeah. Okay. 1.8, the first release of the Bountiful update, added and changed many aspects of Minecraft. Amongst many things, the update made it easier for map makers to create adventure maps. It added many blocks, mobs, and a structure for survival play. Many commands were added or extended. World boundary was enforced dynamically. Many survival machines were changed. Spectator mode was added. Increased performance significantly. Added many options for world customization.
Spectator mode. It's weird.
Yeah, so like, because the way servers were doing it before is they basically just made the player invisible, and so if you would like be in a PvP game mode and you'd get killed, and then you tried to spectate somebody, you'd basically be a player, just not in the game, that is invisible and can fly around.
Yeah,
well,
it was just
it's actually a spectator mode. Yeah. Which, I don't know. I feel like it was just 1.8. I don't think was as like cool as
well, 7 was the biggest. Well, one of the biggest, wasn't it? It did the whole thing with the horses, and I mean, it added a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess 1.8 came out with the underwater like dungeons or whatever. I don't know, 1.8 is kind of when I died out of like a lot of interest to the game, so
okay. I gotta change this back. I think because, alright, who was it that originally made the like the animals mod and horses mod? Was that he was on the Minecraft forums? Yeah, I forgot what his. It was like Mr. Crayfish, or no? Was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you know what?
Mr. Crayfish did other things.
Yeah, he did. I think the furniture stuff, but
yeah,
they took all the ideas of the horses, and they didn't take all of the ideas, but.
Dr. Jarks?
Maybe that was it. And that's a pretty big thing.
Mo Creatures is a mod created by Dr. Jark. It was created in November 17th, 2010.
Yeah, and that's what Almura, I'm guessing, has, or something similar. Because when you load in Almura, there's like animals everywhere. I mean, there's like... They're just all over the place. Alright. I thought it was Shift M, but it's not registering. See, I literally forgot how I used to access the configuration for mechanism, so now I can't program the input-output. I don't know if maybe I never did it before on this server, on this mod pack, but I'm pretty sure I did. And now I just cannot figure it out. Like, there's no tab. Because this is 1.5.2. I just can't find it. Now it's like... I mean, I have a configurator, but now I can't even get that to work. Let me try shift.
Like, how in the world is someone supposed to find a 1.6.4 server?
I don't know. If you ask me, all anybody really cares about anymore is doing like these little parkour servers where they're just bunch like mini game servers for younger kids, because that seems to be what's popular.
I found mcversions.net. I need to run this through like a thing to make sure it's safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't get it. I'm gonna have to wait. I can't figure that out. That's driving me nuts. Jason saying I like the way you work it. Yo diggity.
I mean,
huh? He's joking. He's joking. He's joking. He's like from... I've known him for a while on like online. I guess Twitter and Massively mostly. I think. Okay, I can't figure these machines out right now. I gotta go find some diamonds.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited to see the Life in the Woods Renaissance, because a more updated version of Minecraft would be good, along with adding other things.
Well, I agree. I think Life in the Woods sounds like it could be really neat. I mean, it would be it would be different. Like there would be no. I mean, there would be no like. There's no tech mods at all, right? I mean, none.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like none.
But it sounds fun. It's got like a ton of stuff. There's still all the heck between things like Growthcraft and the Harvestcraft and aquaculture. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and there's more than that. So, alright, gotta find a diamond. I'm gonna go back down here. Are you in a game?
Well, I'm not. You know, what was that? Oh, I need to find that again. We had so many plans for like
ideas that we never
like
did.
shows we could do, that podcast.
Yeah,
like
things that we never did. Yeah.
Well,
but you know what? That's the way me and my
fault.
friends always were. Like me and my friends growing up, we were always that way. We're always like, hey, we should do this and do that and do those, and we never did.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just life.
Yeah.
Isn't Worm Online supposed to be like relaunched soon or something?
Yeah, unlimited. I don't have them. Like, I'm just too broke right now. I don't have any money at all right now. So I might not be able to get it when it comes out, but it's Worm Unlimited, and it's basically turning Worm from just a regular MMO into more of like Minecraft, where everybody can have their own server. So
interesting.
Yeah, you'll be able to, and all the it'll have a whole host of functions that you can alter. So all the functions for like setting like your skill, how fast you can skill up, and because there's tons of skills, right? But they take a long time through practice. But you can change all that. You can change how fast it takes to skill up. You can change how long it takes to make something. You could even just cheat and just have access to all the items in the game, just like on Minecraft Creative, and just build something. Basically, you'll have a little bit of Minecraft functionality in it. That's the gist of it. And then it has a lot of people excited. Some people are actually not excited, because there's people on the regular servers. Jay's like, you gotta bag it up. But there's some people on the servers who actually are not happy because they said the part of the reason why it's so awesome is because it's on the server where the community is. And they think it'll break up the community, and it won't be as good.
I mean, let's be real. What kind of community does Worm Online actually have? Like, well, it's really tiny.
It is.
And I think the ability to have other servers is going to bring more people to the game, and I kind of doubt that there's not going to, like,
yeah.
Well, the question is there not going to be an official server anymore?
No, there's going to be still the official server, and it's still going to run the same with the free-to-play model.
If you want the official,
yeah, they can just
Worm
stay on.
deal, just stay on the official server. You don't have to go make,
yeah.
What?
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think it's awesome. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be cool also because you can do a little bit of what you could do in Minecraft. So somebody could be like, I want to set up I want to set up this server, and this server's going to be more about role-playing. And, right, you could just... So you could keep most of the original rules, but you could pre-build your island, right? So let's say you want to... Because usually it would just come as empty land with a bunch of trees and water around it. But you could still pre-build stuff on it, just like in Minecraft.
Oh, wow, it's going to be in Steam.
Why can't I find any...
This game unlocks in 3 days and 16 hours. I have to show my friends
unlimited?
this. They might be interested. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, 3 days. That's soon.
Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. Maybe play it at some point.
I think it's neat. I think it has potential because it basically has some Minecraft potential. You can make your but it has like realistic type graphics. The big difference is it's got skills, and tons of them, like Diablo. It has there's literally tons and tons of skills. So, well, I shouldn't say tons and tons, but there's lots of skills. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just derping around now. hoping to run across some exposed diamonds, but I haven't yet. I found lots of coal. I just don't need the coal. Alright, I'm gonna try to go back down. Ooh, I don't know about that. Here, I'll go down this way. Can you hear those alerts? Because I got Discord on.
You can in the stream, yeah.
See, why the heck can I not see any? I'm complaining about not finding diamonds like above ground.
I can't find diamonds the easy way.
What? I should be able to get that. Oh, that's infuscolium. I don't have that.
I don't even know if I'd be able to pronounce that.
Infuscolium? That's what I call it, infuscolium.
It's probably like some other weird way to, and you're just like, thanks English.
Yeah, well, I gave up on that a long time ago. I'll just say whatever I want. Be like when I say J.R.R. Tolkien, like I don't say Tolkien, I say Tolkien. My cousin gets mad at me. He's like, quit saying that, it's Tolkien. I'm like, whatever.
You should just, your excuse should be, I studied English, alright?
Yeah, I say tomato, tomato, whatever.
Tomato.
I don't have room for any diamonds, even if I find them now. I'll have to dump something. I can't believe I dug the quarry. Talk about English. I can't believe that quarry is so deep, and it still hasn't found hardly anything. And now I'm like all over the place. Whoa, there's a waterfall. There's got to be some diamonds over here. You gotta bag it up, he says. Whoa, look at this. This is... Oh, I could go on an adventure, but that could be really bad. That could ruin my game if I go into a random dimensional door. Maybe I should mark it, though. I don't know.
I'm jealous of your friend's ultra wide. I want an ultra wide.
Oh man,
ultra wide.
It's not only is it ultra wide, but it's 1440. I guess they call it 1440K, don't they? But it's like in between
1440p.
Well, it's 1440, right?
Yeah.
Like just the kind of in between 4K and 1080. So. And, like I said, yeah, what is ultra wide? I forget. It's like crazy, like 21 by 9 or something.
Yeah, it is 21 by 9.
And she got one that has good, like, she looked at, like, the pixel density and how many, like, colors are displayed per pixel. So it would be more, like, vibrant and all that. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
What?
And she got it from us half price.
What? Got it for under $250? Ah.
What are you looking at?
The ultra wide. I'm super.
She
jealous.
got. I think what happened was don't quote me. I don't know, but I think she got. I think she found somebody selling it on Craigslist, and it right. So it might have been like it might have been like a what do they call it? A hot item. Like it might have been one that somebody stole or something and was selling on Craigslist. Who knows? Who knows what it was? But I think that's where she got it. I'll have to double check with her. But she got a really great deal on hers.
Around here on Craigslist,
there
ain't nothing but corn.
Diamonds. I don't go to Craigslist. I don't know. I just never go to Craigslist.
Nah, do I? To be honest, I went on there once and I looked at like the dumb things people are trying to sell for way too much money.
All right.
I was like,
get rid of something. I'll get rid of the rift remover. Excuse me. It's almost gone anyways. Finally, diamonds.
So, I mean, this isn't too bad of a deal, but when you really think about it, it kind of is. But
and I ran out of everything except my diamond pickaxe to get diamonds. I just thought that was funny. And never mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
Whenever I look at Craigslist, I kind of just laugh because people try and sell things for like at least tech, because I know what I'm looking at. I'm like, you're selling that for way too much money. Whoever buys that's getting ripped off. A metal computer desk. What is this? Looks not good. Oh, yuck.
Man.
I know, I have a distinct lack of trust for Craigslist.
I guess I do too. I don't know. Oh, there's another one. I guess I don't really have anything against it. I just never go to it. Ever. Like...
Yeah.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I never go to Reddit. Well, I do go to Reddit more than I used to, but... Which was never... I used to never go to Reddit, but I started a little bit.
I didn't use Reddit until I started playing Counter-Strike.
Reddit has some good stuff. It also has... It's also good because that's where everybody just goes, right? So...
Yeah.
If everybody's already there, then that's where everybody's at.
I use Reddit for like 3 subreddits, and then other than that, I mean I never visit the front page or anything. So
I'm gonna see. Oh, I missed one down here. Oh, another one. Alright, I'm gonna dive in. I jumped off that mountain one time and actually missed the water. Like all the way from like the very top. And can you believe I missed it from like by like a centimeter.
that happens sometimes. Like, I got this, and then you land and you're like, I guess I didn't have that. This guy's selling vintage Apple computers for $1. Oh, I'm down. An Apple II? I'm down.
What's Jay doing? Is he still in the chat room? I gotta see. What is this going on here? I'm trying to get up this waterfall. Okay. Alright, I'm just about almost made it. Almost. There, I made it close enough. I think. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I needed to get up here, but I guess I didn't.
Dude, I'm just waiting and waiting for my RMA to complete. I'm so sad that I had to RMA my graphics card, but at least by the end of it, I'll have a working graphics card.
Well, you're getting a new one?
Yeah, I had to send mine in for an RMA because I was having a ton of driver issues. Running any game with DirectX 11, any game on DirectX 11 would crash.
Oh, really? Ugh. Which is what? Which is like a lot nowadays.
Which is current, kind of. I mean, DirectX 12 is a thing, but not many games use it, so it's not really a thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but 11... Yeah.
11's like, you know, all the like high-end games is using 11, so...
No, that's... It is chalkboard, but it's... Wow, Jay, I never thought you'd use such language. I'm not going to repeat what he said. The word bollocks scrawled with an exclamation mark. No, it says be right back. Be right back. I need to fix
Wow,
it.
I see you're harsh on his creativity.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's a name.
Yeah, that is a name. I'll call you Nap.
Look what you...
Look what Jay started. Jay, is that...
that's what I was gonna say.
Jay spawned, like, is that maybe that's an alt Jay started. I doubt it. Jeez. Alright. I spent, like, this whole time, what, half an hour doing, like, just hopping around to get, like, 4 diamonds.
It's just Minecraft, though.
Well, that's true. See, that is true. Hey, Nap, what are you doing? Oh, I'm gonna bite. I'll take the bait. Come on now. There has to be a way up here. Just... I was thinking about... Oh, here's what I was thinking about, Pat. Tell me, you can just tell me if it's lame, but for a be right back screen, you could have like some kind of like a stupid or funny riddle, right? Something that people would look forward to every time.
Interesting.
Like, you know, it's like, oh, you know, people would be like, oh, it's, you know, his be right back screen's coming up. He might have a new riddle for us today or something, or whatever, you know, something. Just something that would be like, you know, people would be like, ooh, I wonder what it says this time, you know? Anyways, I'm going to go head back.
You know, as dumb as that might sound, people use that sort of tactics and it works. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna...
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. I mean, even if it was for younger kids, like, even if it was something, like, that we thought was stupid. Like, let's say, because I was looking up riddles for my niece, or it was for my nieces, and I found this one. It was like, it goes, I'm tall when I'm young, I'm short when I'm old, what am I? You know, and I thought, well, I wonder if that would get people to stick around and, like, to chat more during, like, when you're on your be right back screen. And maybe they wouldn't leave as much because they would chat about what they thought the answer. Of course, they would just Google the answer, right? So.
Yeah, that might be the case. I mean, it might not necessarily have to be a riddle. It could be some like silly message that.
Well, anything, yeah.
Catches someone's attention.
Okay. So I already have a goal.
And I have not played this. I'm waiting for my... Oh, I need to turn off VSync because it's going to bother me.
I'm like down at 2 tenths tonight. I'm like... I need to relax.
I need to... I'm waiting... I'm going to be really glad when my graphics card gets back because then I'm going to figure out how to get Life in the Woods working, and then I'm going to use the shaders, and I'm going to... Every time
you start to say it, you're wanting to say Life is Strange, right?
I am, dude. Oh, dude, Wednesday. Oh my word.
I need to.
Wait, it's
I need
Wednesday,
to record.
Right?
I need to record episodes 2 through 4 like ASAP.
No, it's Tuesday.
Dude, I'm like tomorrow's Sunday, so Sunday and Monday, I have to record. I have to record 3 episodes like in the next 2 days. I'll do like.
I mean, you don't even have to put them up. You just gotta get them like recorded. Because you gotta play episode 5, dude.
Yeah. Well, plus for my own self, I actually really enjoyed episode 1, so I don't want to spoil it for myself. Like, I actually really honestly like the game. Like, really like it. Like, I thought it was really cool. Like, once I finally looked into it and then finally, like, saw a little bit of yours and then played it, I was hooked.
Yeah, oh.
I'm not even looking. I'm not even looking.
Okay. But you caught the very end of mine, right?
No, not the very... Was it the very, very end? Yeah, and I already wish I didn't.
Oh, yeah, because it spoils kind of a...
It sort of
kind of a thing in the game.
Bit, yeah. But that's okay. That's like, I'll live with that.
I mean, it gives you this conceived feelings for one character.
Yes, I know, but I'll live with
one character in particular. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'll live with it, though. I have to. But
don't worry. Episode 2 is going to just rock your world.
Well, that's it. Everybody keeps saying, like, there's some people who don't get hooked at all on episode 1. Like, some people are like, well, it was meh. But then everybody else is saying,
I was hooked in episode 1.
I am too. But it seems like some people don't. But other people are saying episode 2 is also where it really takes off. Like, it really just sort of... That's where it just goes... You know?
Yeah, episode 1's more introductory. And then episode 2 really introduces, like, a lot of different things.
I'm trying to, like,
avoid spoilers.
I was supposed to make an item sync card.
Dude, episode 2 is... I was not prepared. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, don't say anything, because I'll play it probably tomorrow. I'll have it recorded tomorrow. And if you want, we could talk about it, whatever. I'm going to play... Yeah, I want to get all of them, though, really fast. Like, 2 through 4.
We'll have to... You'll have to play them... Well, then we'll have to talk before episode 5 comes out to get all that out of the way. And then, I'm sad that episode 5's coming out, in a way.
That's so quick. When's it coming out? Tuesday?
It's supposed to be that they're looking for it to come out on the 20th, I believe. So, yeah.
Holy cow, Tuesday.
Let's see, how many hours is that?
Let me see.
That's a lot of time.
I think Jace is still there, but I think Nap left. I think. I don't know. Somehow, you know how sometimes it's not totally accurate in the...
Yeah. Life is Strange episode 5, aiming for October 20th release.
Let me see. Oh yeah, that's Tuesday.
The banner is insane.
Jay, have you played Life is Strange? It's really... It's like more that immersive story kind of game, but it's pretty cool. Like,
I hope so much that the company that made Life is Strange, who are they again?
Makes more. They were just
makes more games like this because they need to.
Well, you know what? Shoot, this is why we do need to make like a podcast or something. Because
.node.
Because I was telling my friend that if stuff like this is going to take off, it might become a whole new thing where it's just literally like they're already making more episodic things. Like Albino Lullaby is episodic. And Life is Strange. What else is there? Like The Walking Dead. But I think that they could maybe make new ones that keep going, right? Like talking like 12 episodes.
I see what you mean. Like sort of like a more like interactive TV series or something.
Yeah, that just like. But I don't know how. I mean. Right now, it's always, like, short-term. Like, there's 5 episodes, in Life is Strange.
Well, how many episodes of There's, like, 2 seasons of The Walking Dead.
Well, they did start a second season. The first one only has, like, 5 or 6 episodes, though, right? Total, right? So they pretty much are doing it, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, let me see.
I have to make another card. Boy, I cannot multitask.
Okay, there's 5 episodes of The Walking Dead Season 1.
More Redstone. 5? Okay. But then Season 2 came out.
Season 2 has 5 as well, so...
Okay. I need cactus, I think.
I don't know, I'm not... I mean...
Oh, I need an iron gear, too.
It's sort of interesting because these episodic games are sort of like the grandchild of like point and clicks back in the day.
Yeah, they are like related, I think. They're like the newer forms or generation of them. Of course, there's still some that are more like the old fashioned. Like, did you see any of the Daedalic games? They're point and click, yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. I need to get some.
There's some ones I haven't played, like Deponia or whatever. I have those games and I haven't played them yet, but
I have. You know, this is sad, but I have The Walking Dead Season 1, but I only played Episode 1.
You know, I don't know. I looked at them and I thought it was a cool idea, but it just didn't grab me like Life is Strange did.
Well, supposedly The Wolf Among Us is really good too, but I haven't played it. But
I'd probably play The Wolf Among Us.
Yes, it's Sudoku screen. Jay says Sudoku. What? Wasn't there a game Sudoku or something?
Yeah, it's that weird like numbers thing.
Yeah, the number math game thing.
It's not my kind of game.
What is recipe of the day screen? Oh, we could have a recipe of the day on our be right back screen.
That's an interesting idea. Especially like okay, so there's now like the creative sort of thing on Twitch. You could totally have a cooking show on Twitch. I feel like now. I feel like you could.
Lethal Frag
already does though. Yeah, he already does. He was the pioneer. He's the pioneer.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome because I kept telling when I wrote for Massively, I kept telling everybody I want to do something really weird and crazy and stupid if I had the money. Like, and here was my idea.
Yeah.
Jay says, hang on. Jay says, guess the dictator from a snippet of their mustache. That's actually... I might have to do that. Guess the dictator. Oh man, that's too crazy. Anyways, what was oh yeah, my crazy idea. Seriously, I know it kind of sounds silly, but my idea was if you take a show like Survivor, which is kind of old news now, but you know how they just tracked all these people trying to survive on the island and whatnot. Or you combine that with Worm Online, where you might have either teams you separate or individuals. And then you give them a little bit of a goal. Like, say it's a 3-day goal to, I don't know, you make up a goal. To 3-day goal to not die, but also build a certain kind of size structure or something. Or, you know, or something like that. Or maybe just give them a week. but then you do it up real big time with special effects, right? You can actually like have you can have each one of them on camera, like picture in picture, and then somebody can draw somebody could have like a computer map of the island they're on, and it would be like, you know, and be like, you know, like Trey's over here, and it would go bloop, you know, like how they do that. That was my crazy idea, though. I don't.
The funny thing about that is that was done in the web sense. Like, someone did it with Minecraft, actually. Yeah, they had like a Survivor sort of show with Minecraft. It went for like a couple seasons. They actually had prizes.
I gotta call lawyer. They stole my idea. So, who did it?
Yeah.
Was it like a big YouTuber?
Well, they're sort of large now. At the time, I don't really know. You're not really into shooters, but you might have heard of the channel Next Gen Tactics.
There's an awful lot of next gen stuff. There's like Next Gen Game, Next
Gen Tactics,
Next Gen Armor.
Next Gen Tactics was back in the day was a large channel for Call of Duty, especially like in like the Modern Warfare 2 days and that sort of thing. They're pretty large. Anyway, things happened, and the people that were in it, they had disagreements, and so it basically broke up, and so now it's run by one person.
And they kind of got swept under the rug.
Yeah, the one person got swept under the rug. The other two went off to make a channel known as You Always Win.
Okay.
You Always Win is actually doing kind of well for itself at this point. But these guys already knew sort of, you know, how to do the YouTube game, right? They've been in it for so long. They knew how to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But they took their knowledge and things and tried to do some like interesting content with shows and stuff. So they went with they tried to do this Survivor sort of series in Minecraft, and it was interesting. It didn't really, I don't think, turn out the way they wanted it to. I don't think there was as much of an interest as they were hoping there would be. But I think there was like 2 seasons, and they gave away like some stuff. Like they gave away a gaming laptop, I believe. They got a sponsor for like their first and second season or something. I don't really remember.
So it was sort of cool, but never really took off.
Yeah, it was sort of cool, but never really took off. But kind of interestingly, you've heard of the game H1Z1?
Oh yeah. I watched. I don't think I could play. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So H1Z1 actually had. So there's a thing in H1Z1 called Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And so it's, you know, like a ton of players pitted against each other, and there's actually a tournament for it, which kind of reminds me of what you're talking about, because it's sort of a survival scenario. You gotta get geared, and then you have to.
I think they want to rank it. So I think Sony wants. I think I read something about that. Sony wants there to be leaderboards and rankings and esports around it.
Yeah, well, Sony no longer owns H1Z1.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it was Sony Online Entertainment or whatever, you know. That company split off. They're now Daybreak.
Oh yeah,
Daybreak
okay,
Studios.
yeah. I'm sorry. I knew that. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just kind of
no problem. But yeah, I think they do want it to be sort of an esport. And actually, they had the H1Z1 Invitational where they did the Battle Royale thing at TwitchCon. So, that was cool.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I didn't watch it, but...
Alright, I forgot I had to attach a power junction to my other... I'm gonna power this, and then I'm gonna... I can't build an ender chest yet. I have to grow the... I can't believe, like... Sorry, I'm still whining about that my quarry isn't getting enough ore. Get more ore.
I never think I was ever satisfied with what I got out of a quarry or a turtle. I was always like, man, this could have been better, couldn't have been.
Yeah.
But the people that were getting this stuff were like way beyond me in terms of like setting them up. They'd set them up to like be insanely fast. So like they got a ton of stuff because they would set up, you know, like one and it'd be done in no time and they'd move it until they were getting a lot of ore. I was just like, I'm not this good at Minecraft. Like, nope.
Okay. I don't necessarily want... I don't have to do this, but I'll do it kind of, I think, just to build... I'm going to build a disconnector.
Oh, that is too many mobs. Nope.
So now this is powered, but I don't want this connected, even though that's probably not hurting anything. But we need to know what direction that is. So that's, if we look at our map, that's west. So we need a west disconnector. Yeah, I don't know why I totally went brain dead about Daybreak, but yeah, yeah, they pretty much Daybreak took over. Boy, they released a whole bunch of, I don't know if you saw any of it, but they took pictures. They took like these professional pictures of all their employees, or many of their employees, for their for the employees to put on their like Twitter and social media sites and that. They're really good though. They are good.
Yeah,
Really
it was sort of always weird to me that Sony Online Entertainment was a thing, and I'm like, but Sony Online Entertainment exclusively makes PC games.
Yeah.
But Sony has the PlayStation, and that was my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I need to disconnect, and I forget. What did I just say? West? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's the only way. I have to have the laser, then the assembly table. Oh, holy crap.
Oh, dude, that thing is the worst.
Yeah.
I remember using that thing. Oh, it's so bad.
It's the only way
it's so slow.
Well,
I mean, you can get upgrades for it, but...
Yeah, I watched Wild make it so it was like insane, but it takes an insane amount of power and extra upgrades and stuff to do that.
Yeah, it takes so many resources. I wasn't really interested when I...
Oh wait, for this one though, I don't know if I need the laser or not. Let me see. I know this is going down the rabbit hole. I don't really need to do this, I don't think. But... yeah, I'm just going to skip on that. I'll just leave it. I'm not going to mess with that.
I can't wait to get my graphics card, though, because I want to play Witcher 3 again.
I'm thinking I might be a good idea, and I might be able to get... Sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
It's my turn.
But yeah, I was watching Co play it, Co Carnage, and there's like a new expansion or whatever, and I'm like, man, I forgot this game was so much fun. I need to play this again, but I'm on like a single graphics card with 1 gigabyte of VRAM, and it's like 5 years old, so can't really do anything.
Maybe I can put it right here and it'll work. Nope. See, it'll only a basic pipe will attach to it. Well, you know, mine are still good. I think mine are still good. They're just not as efficient. I was talking to Jessica. I could probably my 590s are still expensive, but they're just not very efficient and cool anymore. So I think I could sell both or one of them and have enough to get another card that that actually was better, that actually had more RAM, or the same RAM or better. I can't remember, because mine is a dual. It's like a dual 580. What was that? Just 1 gig?
Yeah. I don't know.
It was like 1 or 2. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
So what do you have? You have 5 what?
It's a 590.
Okay.
GeForce GTX 590. but
Right.
I have 2 of them actually. So I probably should, instead of just letting them rot, I should probably get a little bit of money out of them. I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
Yeah. I mean, there's always people probably like, on eBay or Craigslist, whatever, looking for
Yeah.
like they're looking for older parts that they can buy without spending like a boatload of cash on new parts.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I had a R9 390, which is an AMD card, and yeah, I was just having issues with it. It made me sad, but had to turn it in.
But
the thing is, I was debating between an NVIDIA card or an AMD card at the time, but at the time I bought mine, the 390 performs like 10% better than the 270, not the 270, the 970 from NVIDIA, and they're pretty comparable. But it was also 10% better and like $20 cheaper, so I went with that. And now I'm like, maybe I should have just gone with the the NVIDIA card, but whatever.
I need. Okay, I can power that way.
You need some more diamonds. That's what you need.
Yeah. I think I'm just tired tonight, and so it was kind of nice.
You should drink like 12 Pure Leaves.
I need to hook this up with a basic logistics pipe, but I can't hook it into. All right, here's what I can do. Here's what I can do. There, that's what I can do. That one says it's wrong, but that's because I can't get into configure the mechanism GUI yet. But that should be all right there. That should be correct. Oh, you know what? It's not right, because if it was right, it'd be working. It would have done something by now. Oops, let me see. Request mode full, bulk 50, bulk 100, infinite, partial. Full. Forgetting how that works. I think I'm too tired for it. I might have to like go switch and do something else. I know there's some of that ore in here, so Jay said he bought a Fury X.
Ooh, nice. Can you? Yeah. Can you stand the coil wine or like the pump wine on it? Is it as bad as people were talking about?
You know what? Jessica was saying AMD was the way forward as well. I'm out of the loop.
Well, it is right now. AMD looks a lot more future-proof than NVIDIA currently. They're getting much more like better performance out of the DirectX 12. They also are pushing the new form of RAM for graphics cards, the high bandwidth memory. They're also apparently their CPUs are supposed to, like, when they release the new version of their CPUs, they're supposed to be pretty good. So I'm hoping AMD does well, because they're doing pretty poorly right now. I'm hoping that like
That changes.
I hope they make some changes and pick back up again, because we don't need NVIDIA to keep continually pushing their monopoly.
Oh yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Some competition is healthy, I think. But Well, this will take forever to charge up at this speed because it holds like 2 million. And it's like at, what, 35,000? I'm getting about 100 a second. So that's what, 2 million a second? I can't do math, but that'd be 2 million seconds. So whatever that is in like minutes. That's how long it'll take. But the issue is it should be feeding. It should be fast too. It should be like pushing the ore that I assigned. And I know why. It's because this. I have to configure this somehow. And I just can't think of how to do it.
It's probably not helping you.
No. Like I need to like get back to like multitasking a little more. You know, this is gonna sound weird, but I think I try to multitask too much, which makes it harder for me to multitask. You know what I mean? I know it sounds weird, but it's like if I would just be like, if I'd stick to something, right? To just one or two things and just stick to it, I might actually, when I do want to multitask, I'd be better at it, is I guess what I'm saying. I don't know. That's my weird thought. Oh, you're reading what Jay writes too, right?
A little bit, yeah.
You can see. So he runs a PLP setup. Only AMD supports it. They lead the way in that tech. Well, I have to take your guys' words for it because I am out of the loop with tech. My friend Ben, look at this is how weird I am. It's like I was gonna wait to see if anybody noticed, but but I've been drinking like 2 different things. Well, mostly just one, but I've had two. I've had my backup cup.
Backup cup.
It's my backup cup. I should call it. I should write that too. Backup cup. I should write back that cup up on it. Something like that. Or maybe not. Anyways. Alright, so that's going. Let's go. I need to go check my. Well, see, I was gonna get that set up, and then I was gonna be like, "Yay, I'm done!" So now I can get all my ore, and I was telling it to only take the ore and then triple it, the ore that could be tripled out through mechanism, and then I was gonna put an ender chest, but an ender chest takes all those blaze rods. In this one, you can do it with blaze essence, I think, and I think you can make. Well, you can make blaze rods. Or no, that's wrong. We can do this. We can do it. Because we can make them with vulcanite. We can get the vulcanite from metallurgy in the nether. Yes. There is a way. Vulcanite ore. And I guarantee it's got to come from the nether. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to make a... another gate. I gotta dump some of this junk off.
I'm gonna be watching my RMA like a hawk, like.
Well, it's where you.
Are you done yet?
Right? Oh yeah.
No, I had to send it to California.
Oh.
I wish it was where I worked, but no. I had to send it. I had to send it to their place. So I've had all these tech issues recently, and it makes it really sad. But things are looking up again.
Yeah.
So I spilled I spilled chili on my keyboard, and then the bottom row didn't work. Cleaned it up. Well, I didn't clean it up, really. I brought it into work, and my boss did that. He cleaned it up for me.
So it's
it's working again.
Cool.
Yeah, it's working again. And then
that's awful.
Yeah,
that's like an awful thing to spill on the keyboard.
It wasn't even. I hit like 4 keys at the maximum.
Oh, that's not bad.
But it I don't know if because it was wet, it was just shorting the electricity a little bit, so like it wasn't processing it correctly. I don't really know, but it's working now.
I mean, that's like that's in a way that's like the lava of food. It's like,
and then
oh man.
And then my first final mouse. I'm on my second now.
Hang on, I got a message here. Sorry, go ahead.
My first final mouse decided to break. For some reason. Like it just stopped working correctly.
Oh yeah?
And the mouse when dragging across the screen would stop, and then when you try to plug it into another computer, it would give this driver installation error and wouldn't work. So I emailed support, and within 4 days I had a new final mouse at my door. So
cool.
That's looking up. Now I just have to wait for my RMA to get back. And the thing is, I don't know. The turnaround time in warehouse is it can be 5 to 15 days, and it just arrived at their warehouse Friday. So it was funny when I was dropping off the graphics card at the UPS place that I went to. The guy the guy hands me the papers. And he's like, the tracking numbers on the bottom sheet, just in case you need it for any reason. I was thinking, need it for any reason? I'm going to be checking on this every day until it arrives.
my cousin, he is addicted to following shipments, his Amazon shipments on his phone. Like, he can't not do it. Like, he has to have like the phone in his hand. Like, he's just... I
check once or twice a day when I'm tracking something.
Jay says, Jason saying, landscape portrait, you Philistines. 40-inch middle monitor with 220. See, you're running stuff similar to Jessica, but there's no way you want to see who the Philistine is. Jay, Jessica's setup.
Don't you have like 2 monitors?
I
or
don't
do you have one?
I still only have one. I'm wow. Like, no, I'm the one that's still
get
the
yourself
caveman.
A second one. You need to get yourself a second one.
I know. I'm still living in caveman days. Anyways, Jay, Jessica has 3. I could show you here. I'll show you a picture of her setup. Give me a minute. I'll show it to you. Burp, 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 burp. I know she shared it. Shoot, how do I find this again? Give me a minute. I'll go ahead and tell you. She bought a 1440 ultra wide, and I want to say it's not 40-inch, right? But that's her main monitor. It's like this crazy 21:9 aspect ratio, ultra wide screen, 1440 monitor, and she has 2 side monitors, one on the left and right, but I think they're just sort of something like 24 or 29-inch regulars. But this monitor she has is just awesome. Yeah, here it is. Actually,
is your 40-inch a 4K? Because I feel like if it's not a 4K, then you're doing it wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming it is though, but I'm gonna assume that's what he meant. Like,
I honestly don't see the appeal of a 40-inch monitor. I've heard that 4K and 40 inches is like the perfect balance for that resolution. Right?
Oh, really?
Like the pixel density is like just perfect for 40 inches.
Yeah. To me, it really.
But I feel like that's just too huge.
That is big.
I just feel like that's way too large for a monitor. Like I have two 21.5-inch monitors right now, and I feel like that's plenty. Like in terms of size, I mean, I want, you know, more resolution, or I want like I want an ultra wide, or I want a 1440p screen. So,
well, and YouTube supports the ultra wide. That's a big thing. I don't know how many people know. But YouTube supports a lot of new resolutions. Supposedly, they'll even support 5K. Like,
I think
and they support ultra wide.
Inch envy, age-old problem.
Well,
there's no inch envy here.
Well, he means like the whole thing about size, like the size in inches of the screen. I think that's what I'm assuming that's what you mean, but when it comes to the size of the screen, here's what I talked about with Jessica, was when it gets to the point where you're dealing with something that those resolutions, whether it's 1440 or 4K, to me, I think it's a big deal. It depends on like where you're, like how far away you're sitting. Literally. I mean, I know some people might not consider that, but to me that's actually an important factor, because it's like, well, how much difference are you really going to tell, you know, by just seeing it? You're going to be able to like, oh, that's definitely more blurry, or, you know, it's like, you know, well, and how far away are you sitting? I don't know. That's just, to me it matters how far away, like, if it's going to be in my, then, well, if we're talking a PC, we're obviously probably sitting right in front of it, right?
Right.
I guess, but I guess maybe that's what we're talking about here. We're not really talking about, but if it was a living room, I'd feel different. I'd feel different if we were talking about like watching movies in our living room. I'd be like, well, you know, how far away are you?
I don't know. I've heard good things about 40-inch, especially in 4K, but I'm still not. I'd have to say it. I'm not convinced that 40 inches is a cool screen size for a computer. Like that's like I'm sitting pretty close to my monitors as it is, and 40 inches it's pretty large.
Like widescreen, like I'm assuming. I'm assuming everything's pretty much widescreen standard now.
Yeah, if you're running 4x3, like what do you should stop.
The common English phrase, the girth, it's important. I think you meant is, but is important. What was I doing? I totally forgot what I was doing. I'm like hopping around, like digging dirt, and don't even remember why.
Play racing games. Yeah, I could see that.
Well,
but the question is your 40-inch screen, is it 4K? I still need to know that answer.
He's still waiting. I'm assuming it is. I'm assuming. I mean, well, you know, though, maybe it's only 1440, because don't they say technically 4K really isn't supported everywhere yet? Like, people think it is, but it's not.
It's pretty new.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I gotta figure out what I was doing bouncing around. Oh yeah, we're going to make another portal. That's what I was doing. So I need my...
Oh, here's the question, Strat. Is your single monitor at least 1080p?
Yeah, I believe it is, but it's weird. So mine's 1080p. It's yeah, it is. I had to double check. I'm like, I don't know. Yes, it is.
Right click.
Yeah.
What resolution are you displaying at?
But it's full, like, original aspect ratio, or full ratio, whatever you want to call it, is 1920 by 1200. But I always I actually though keep it at 1920 by 1080 because I just do that to match the games, plus to match what I'm recording the games in, to keep it all the same. I mean, well, sometimes I record in 720, but I usually keep my monitor.
Is 1920 by 1200? Is that 19 by 10?
No. Yes. It's 19 by 10. Right. You're right. I just came across that earlier today when I was looking up some helpful tips on making some Twitch stuff. And the person just happened to say, he's like, well, you could make this 1920 by 1200, but that's 1910. We want to stay away from that. So
I see a lot of people who do like the racing games, the simulator stuff. They usually have like 3 screens that they're like displaying all to. So,
well then, Jay,
which is cool.
Would you prefer a curved monitor then for your racing? Dude, you could have like 3 curved monitors together and be almost totally enclosed. Right? Have it be like a big circle just right around your head.
Okay, finally, yes, your center display is 4K. That's what I wanted to know. There we go. The answer has come out.
All right. I figured it was. That was my guess.
I figured it was as well, but I was just like, if it's not 4K and it's 40 inches, that's kind of weird, but okay.
Okay.
my Twitch stream froze at the perfect moment.
I want to build this sort of like in a tower, so I kind of want.
Yeah, I've heard the Windows scaling isn't that great. Are you on Windows 7, though? Like, maybe... I'm on 10, so I don't know if it's any better in 10 or not.
What's this?
That's what your face is on my, frozen...
Man, I really do look like a dork. That looks like something from 1970s TV, like a dorky Mr. Rogers, like from a screen grab from like an old CRT monitor or something. Oh well, I gotta use what I have, so. Oops, doggone it, I didn't want to do that. I want to get back in the game here. Okay, so I'm gonna build a tower over here, but I actually might attach the tower. I might redo this whole corner and make it a tower, or put the tower right here, sort of. Well, let me put the tower like right here, but. I gotta decide how. I have all that freaking eclogite from the quarry. I could do it out of that, which is sort of not much different from the regular. Well, it kind of is. It's more like, I don't know, reddish. Scaling in Windows can be a problem. Before too long, I mean... Jessica starts talking to me about resolution and scaling and true ratio and and it just, she loses me fast, I'll be honest. Right. Like there's so much you can like really just like fry your brain over when it comes to like monitors and TVs and monitor resolutions and stuff like that.
I feel like unless you're doing like specific color work, that's not that important.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much. It's just like...
But I mean, if you enjoy that sort of thing, go for it. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like,
right, I'm jumping all this stuff in.
I mean, out of all the things you could be really interested in, monitors seems kind of different, but...
Well, I don't know. I mean, there was people like, what was his name? Patrick Norton? Is he still around?
I don't know.
You don't know? He's like a TV and tech guy from old tech TV days, but they started on Revision. He was on Revision 3 on Techzilla. I don't even know if Techzilla is still around. But he had another guy, I forget his name, Brian Hurling or something, who, like, this guy was like an insane genius when it came to, like, TV technology.
It's still around.
Yeah, this guy knows everything you could possibly ever know about TVs and TV technology. It's just, whoa, there's a bat outside here. See that?
Talking about technology, though, you know what's really cool, and I really want one, but I don't think I'm ever going to have the money to buy one.
What?
I want one of those Teslas that can autopilot. Oh my word!
Yeah, that was weird. Look at, there's a bat up there.
Hello, I am Bat. I see you. Alright, I need to go get some water. I'll be right back.
Alright. I'm gonna actually try to play the game some more. Dirty copper. I'm just trying to clear this out because I still have this to clear out. And then I'm gonna put this in here, in this new chest I just made, because I'm going to go to my quarry. Oh, see? It's empty already. That's... Okay. Oh, it suddenly got warm in here. I think my heater is still running, but... It snowed today. Which... I'm in the Northeast, right? So it snowed today. I mean, it was very slight. Okay, I'll give it this. It was very slight, and it didn't stick. But in Pennsylvania, it did stick. It snowed even more there for those guys. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you this now, and then when Pat gets back, he can chime in. But 10 years ago, was it 10 years ago when the Xbox One and PlayStation 2 was still going? PlayStation 3 hadn't even come out yet, but the Wii came out, and Xbox was going strong with like Halo 3 or whatever. And me and one of my buddies, Bill, we were talking about how graphics were getting so like better and better every year, and we're like, well, you know what? It's not going to be very long before graphics have reached their full potential. I mean, really. I mean, how far are graphics going to keep going? And we said the difference is going to be in how you play the game, like the controller. Like the peripheral, it's going to be how you play the game, right? That's going to be the deciding factor. And guess what's been coming out now? Well, there's a virtual reality, which in itself is huge. But there's new ARG, and they showed off like at where'd they show that? Where'd they show that off at? The Sony showed off Microsoft showed off the HoloLens. Where was that at? Anyways,
they showed it off at several places.
Well, the last one. Did you see the last video? The latest?
To be completely honest with you, I'm not that impressed with the HoloLens, so I've not been following it.
Well, I am and I'm not at the same time, okay? First of all, I see it, and I'm like, okay, the potential is like insane, and I see what you're pushing for. I think that's incredibly awesome. But then I see exactly what they have, and I'm like, but I don't want to do that. It's like, it's kind of like, yeah, that's super awesome. And then, so if a guy handed it to me and be like, well, here you go, I'd be like, no thanks. You know? It's, to me, it's like cool, but not, I mean, it's a start, I think. I don't know. That's what I feel about it. But Jay got me going on that, because he said once if you go Oculus, it's all irrelevant. And it's kind of true, I guess. But the HoloLens is a little different, because the Oculus is full immersion, I guess, into a digital world. I guess you would say, right? And a HoloLens is more like Google Glass. It's more of just overlaying holograms in the real world.
Which, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of that, to be honest. I mean, I have to try it, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, that's going to be, that's going to have ads written all over it. And you're just walking down the street, and there's an ad for a donut shop, just like in your HoloLens. You're like, okay, thanks.
Oh,
so
that's good. Yeah, that's probably the truth. That's probably the truth.
I mean,
that's totally the truth.
But Oculus is really cool. I've actually been able to experience the Oculus Rift, and it's incredible.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Every developer keeps saying that it's like, oh, we're making our games for it. This is really. They're like, this is the way to go. It's awesome. I'm like, dang, well, it sounds awesome, but at the same time, it's like, and then I even see Steam. Steam has games that says this will work with Oculus Rift, right, or Oculus support, which is cool, right? But I mean, how much does that really mean to me right now? I've never seen it firsthand, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, you look at it and you're like, that looks cool, and then you have to play it to really be like, oh, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess I'm ready to be blown away, but until then, it's like, I'm not buying these games because it has Oculus support, because I never, because
but then people who own it they're like, oh, this is Oculus support, I'll pick it up.
Well, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm just waiting. I keep hearing nothing but good things, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm not buying. Put it this way: I'm not buying a game because it has Oculus support yet. I'm gonna wait until.
Honestly, I'm more interested in the Vive than Oculus now.
What, Samsung?
The HTC Vive, the one that Valve's been working with HTC on.
Yeah. Okay. Supposedly, Samsung's game. VR gear or whatever it's called. What's that? What was that called? Virtual Gear or something by Samsung. Supposedly that's really good. And evidently that's what you could use to watch the Democratic debate. I've never heard from anybody who actually did it though, so I don't know. But yeah, supposedly you were able to watch the Democratic debate. And it was supposed to make it look like you were like sitting in the front row or something like that.
Interesting. No, I don't know.
Oh,
the thing about, so I sort of did this. I had to write this. All right, so being a student of web design and development, of course, it only makes sense that you would take a physics class, right? No, it doesn't. But to move on with my life. I had to take a physics class, and one of the things we had to do is we had to write a post on physics in technology or something. Like we had to write a post on something about physics, and so I chose physics in sort of video games technology space. So I wrote like, how physics work currently in video games, and how nothing ever has perfect physics, but not necessarily everything needs to have perfect physics. And then I went into VR, and I'm like, VR is going to change how physics are done in games. Because physics is going to be one of those things that it's either going to pull us straight out of the game or it's going to keep us more immersed. Because if you're experiencing a game like with a headset on, like a virtual headset, and you're moving your head and it feels natural, and then suddenly something completely out of the ordinary in physics happens, your mind goes, wait a minute, that's not real.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
And so the illusion is broken.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked about, so VR is another thing to tackle with physics, because now we have to deal with, you're sort of physically almost in the game, but you're not quite. So how do you keep that illusion?
Yeah.
And really the way I think it's going to happen is through different ways of controlling and interacting with the game. With like things like haptic feedback controllers, stuff like that. And then of course the way they're pushing it, I think better is like with the Vive, and then there's another thing called Project Void, because they're taking the virtual reality experience and putting it more into the physical world. Because with the Vive, you're actually like, there's actually like, you set up cameras and it tracks you completely, and so when you like, kneel down or whatever, like your character in the game kneels down. So so that's really cool. Well,
there's still gonna be some problems, right? Especially with movement, especially anything that causes any kind of, and really, anything where you have to walk more than 5 feet is gonna be a problem, potentially.
And that's where Project Void comes in.
Well, I need to make this bigger, but I can't make a... Boy, I'm so lousy at just making a round, like, circle with stones on the ground.
Project Void is really cool.
So Project
because...
Void. All right, go ahead.
So they're building these these virtual reality experiences that... Alright, so say you go to like an arcade or whatever and you go play laser tag. Well, imagine instead of just playing laser tag, this is a co-op experience with 3 other people. You all put on virtual reality headsets and walk through this, set up arena. That's just, it's just like foam blocks or whatever. But with the virtual reality headset, you're in a different world.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So, and so like if there's a bench in the game and you're like, oh, I want to sit down on the bench. Well, there's a thing there in real space that you sit down on. So it's like, oh, I'm actually sitting down on the bench.
Yeah.
If there's a table, oh, there's a thing there to represent the table. Oh, and some other cool things they're doing. Like if there's a torch, right? They'll put like a heat lamp like in a location where if you hold your hand up to the torch, you'll feel the heat.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. That's sort of like the newer sort of like the next generation of like, you ever... Hershey Park still has one, but you could go to a movie theater and they do that thing where they like squirt like smells out into the air.
yeah.
And they'll make your seat like rumble or sort of like a more advanced version of that, I guess. But way more advanced.
Yeah. But those sort of experiences are that you have to go to, the location where one of those are at to actually like experience that. That's not a home experience sort of thing, unless you like have like a basement and that you dedicate your own time to doing that.
Yeah. All right, how the heck am I going to do this? I'm trying to do like half of a circle. And I have no idea how to do it. Whoops. It's like taking all my brain power to do this.
Hashtag you're tired or something. I don't know.
Once they sort out force fields, we've got that holodeck, Jay says. You know what? Did you see Pat all the stuff about the guy who reverse engineered the Wii controller and Wii sensor?
No.
He was an engineer, and not the Wii U, like the original Wii. He's an engineer who had started doing experiments, and then he started multiple experiments. But I'll tell you a couple of them. One they did was he started using the sensor as the controller you wear. Then he started making images to appear on any TV that would mimic kind of like a full image that was there, but you couldn't see it all from the same location. So like if you right, so like if you stood over on the left side of your TV, and looked at your TV, you were looking at it at an angle, right? And as if it was a real window in a building and there was a real outside, it was sort of like that.
Yeah.
So you could actually see something over there, but then if you walk to the right of like in front of your TV, you'd see something different, as if you're seeing what's
interesting.
And he showed how they made a gun shooting game out of that. And he showed it. He's like, look at here, I set up these targets. And he goes, but if you want to shoot the far targets really far away, you have to lean over it and lean around to the side to be able to reveal it. Because you couldn't see it until you leaned over and looked around the front of it. But the really crazy stuff he made is what I call the precursor to the Star Trek holodeck. He made these light sensors and he said all they had to do was improve them to be more and more sensitive. But he can already set up things like a handheld video camera. But the handheld video camera could be also a projector, and it would project like a picture onto the wall. And let's say it was a painting, of a painting. Then he could press a button to pin it to the wall. And it stayed there even when he started moving the camera around in his hand. It stayed perfectly still.
Whoa.
Then he said, I can move the camera almost a total 180 degrees away. Almost. And it still stays right where he pinned it. He goes, then I can do what you can do in Photoshop. Then I could cut a piece of it out, and I can move just that piece of it out. And I can do this all from a totally manual, unplugged, handheld device. Then he said, we have a camera up in the corner. He goes, now he could paint any... he said I could read the entire objects in the room with this one camera, and we could paint everything. It can instantly read everything and paint it any way you want, and paint it all separate. And he said they were already working on painting moving objects. Like, he said, here's a toy car, three-dimensional toy car, and he showed it. And he showed how, he's like, let's make it blue. And some camera, like, he had in the room only colored the car. And then he said, well, it's a little slow right now, but we're hoping to get it up to real time. But he moved the car, and it takes about 2 to 3 seconds for the camera to reread the new position and repaint the car. So, and he said this application can work for business people too if you want. You could have like, it can work for different things like barcode scanners or reverse or to paint barcodes onto things, to tag things virtually. He said you could tag an object that's just like a cardboard box with no label, but you could tag it with your camera and paint it with your camera, and then all that data would be in your camera. So then when the item shipped to a new location, it'd basically be like Minecraft, how you can like paint objects when it goes through like a pipe, and then it knows where to send that painted object. It's sort of like that. Anyways,
interesting.
But I kind of fanboy out over it because it's like, to me, that's really crazy. And he said they're getting to the point now where they might be able to do that with from a satellite in orbit. So, and he said, because some of these new satellites can see an object as small as, say, a book on the top of a picnic table.
Mm-hmm.
He said, because this technology is actually just re-engineering old technology. He said, all it is light. All it is an array of because he showed what it looked like. It just looked like stripes of light and dark. And he goes, and this is alternating stripes of white and dark. He goes, and that's all it is. He said it's like old technology. And a laser can shoot that light, down from a satellite, and read and be able to read and paint objects that way. The funny thing is, to me, is like how some of those objects can be turned almost completely away from the camera, but the camera somehow still. It's crazy. I should get the link for you. But I mean, it's long, but it's still pretty interesting. Anyways, I'm messing around here. I haven't done